And now, our last talk of the event. We've heard about agents, user experience, data, and empathy. But here's the big picture. AI isn't just changing products, it's rewriting the rules of the economy. And our final speaker has been studying that transformation closely. Stepan Gershuni is a VC principal at Cyberfund, focused on investments in AI and Web3. He's also an active writer and speaker on decentralized AI, agent economies, and verifiable systems. And right now, Stepan will explore how AI is reshaping value creation for startups, for investors, and for the broader economy. Please welcome Stepan.
Hello everyone. Hope you can hear me well and see. Perfect. Yeah. So let's talk about AI challenges and let's talk about AI economy. And I think I would say that one of the main challenges of AI is not even technological. It is societal. It is how does the new technology, this new wave of technology that is likely to be bigger, that's likely to become bigger than any of the previous technological waves, impact the world that we live in, impact the society, impact the world economy. And I want to propose my vision of how this change might happen and what it can lead us to. And by the way, I think that successfully implementing this might also result in creating one or a few trillion-dollar businesses, because large wave of technology that is disrupting the market, like internet, like mobile, like blockchain, has typically led to creation of the winners in the category that became huge businesses like Facebook, Google, Apple, or Bitcoin. And before going into that, a couple words about what we do. Cyberfund is a prop capital venture fund. We invest about 50 million per year, with the checks ranging between $500,000 and $15 million, primarily focusing pre-seed and seed stage companies. We started investing 10 years ago, and before actually the first investment, we released something called a cybernetic economy report. It still, after 10 years, is our overarching mission and vision and thesis of the fund. We believe that the world economy is changing because of technology. It's becoming more programmable, more decentralized, and thus more efficient. And infrastructure technologies that are facilitating this change is our investment focus. We try to be research-driven. We publish some research papers, and one of these research kind of articles is what I'm going to talk about today. We also have an accelerator that is free for founders. We don't charge anything, no equity, no fee, for AI early stage AI companies. We organize events and conferences. DAGI Summit is actually coming next 3 weeks from now in San Francisco. Feel free to join. Also, you can ping me. I can share some promo codes if you want to join, and they also run a podcast. And yeah, this is our event in a few weeks in San Francisco, where we're going to talk about AI economy, open source AI, and distributed AI. How to make AI, like AI is going to happen. No questions about it. AI is going to happen, but how to make it accessible and equally beneficial for all people. I think that's the topic of the conference, and we have speakers that are much smarter than me, like OpenAI and NVIDIA and Anthropic and DeepMind and Meta and PyTorch and all the top people from Silicon Valley. But before that, I want to focus on the intent economy. So past 30 years of the internet is and was what we call attention economy. We get a lot of services, Google and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Those services are free. Why? Because you are the product, not the website of Google. The customer of Google is the advertiser, and they sell your attention and your time. And as I assume all of you know, the seminal paper, the Transformers paper called Attention is All You Need, kind of started the AI revolution. And now I want to propose a new kind of formulation for that, which is intention is all you need. I think the economy is changing from capturing and selling user attention towards capturing and helping users to satisfy their desires, satisfy their intention. So instead of digital marketplaces, so the largest market online are advertising and e-commerce, where people time is being sold. And I think this is going to change and translate into digital marketplaces of intent signals. In practice, how it would work. So today we have all these websites and online shops and promotions and advertisement, and it's constantly being bombarded. We're constantly being bombarded by all this information. We need to open apps. We need to try to sieve through a lot of data to actually find a product that we want to buy or a website that we want to use. Instead, in the near future, and I think this will happen actually much faster than the economy will be able to adapt, it's not going to be us. It will be our agents that are going to make this decision. So I will tell my agent, okay, I want to buy a service or I want to buy a product. It will look on Amazon. It will look on Alibaba or whatever, any service. It will check all reviews. It will compare all the suppliers. It will compare all the items, and it will find the best possible solution for me. It can be something as simple as just buying, Apple's groceries to deliver home. Or it can be something super complex where a company is spending tens of millions of dollars to construct a new building or factory or organize a conference, which involves hundreds of suppliers and thousands or maybe millions of agents will be collaborating together to satisfy that intent. And why this is my thesis is this is inevitable. This is going to happen. And why you can build $1 trillion business here, because this will radically improve the user experience. And that's been always the story for centuries. That's been the story of improvement. So if you take an example of shopping or entertainment, what you would do 100 years ago if you want to buy something, you will need to manually walk to the store and or meet somebody who's selling something and try to find the product. 50 years ago, maybe there was a catalog that you can phone and order via the phone. And then 15 years ago, e-commerce websites allowed you to browse, click, and purchase. But next year, you won't even care. You just say, and you don't even say, your agent know, okay, you ordered, I don't know, food, cheese 1 week ago, so you probably ran out of it, so it needs to restock. So it will automatically happen for you. Or I want new shoes. Your agent knows your size, your favorite brands, your type of sports that you do. So it will order sneakers that fit you perfectly, and you don't even need to spend your time on it. Same for entertainment. 100 years ago, you would go to the theater, then watch a TV, then Netflix would allow you to choose, from hundreds of movies. Today, this content can be generated. Actually, what Dennis just shared in the previous presentation, Fly My AI. So they have a lot of multimedia generation models. So maybe a video model can generate a game or a movie just for you based on your taste. So you can think of intent economy is the ultimate economy. Imagine the economy where everybody is 3 years old. So how does a 3-year-old person kind of operate in the economy? They don't know what money is. They don't know what loans is. They don't know what GDP is. They know that they want something. They have an intent. They have a desire. I want something. That's what 3-year-old person says, and then it happens, or maybe it doesn't happen, and then they say louder and they ask for more, and eventually it either happens or they learn something about the world. So the same thing will be here, but it will be for us, for grown-ups. I'm a CEO of multi-billion-dollar corporation. I just say, I want something. I want to organize an offsite. And then a bunch of agents can collaborate to find the best resort, to book the location, to book the flights, to create the program, to create internal websites, to invite all the relevant people, to find the speakers. So it's a complex process. Today it takes maybe dozens of people and months of work to do. In the future, it will be automated and done by AI. And that is the best possible user experience. So if you can simplify something for people so that they just need to say, I want, and it happens, that is the ultimate user experience, and people will want to use this product. And this is how you create $1 trillion business. But it's not simple. So let's talk about Why this change is going to happen. So I mentioned that user experience is becoming better. Second, economically, it is more efficient. Price tag. So when you go to Amazon, you see a price and you compare between maybe like 3, 4, 5 products. It is not the most efficient economic mechanism. The most efficient economic mechanism is always some form of auction. So if you can auction between different sellers and find the best one, that is the optimal pricing mechanism. Also, economy rewards specialization and division of labor. That's what Adam Smith basically came up with. And it will be true for agents. There won't be a single universal, like super god AI model. It will be a lot of specialized agents that are very good at something. The best video model, the best music model, the best model to write, I don't know, games, the best model to choose products on Amazon, the best model to generate voice to call to I don't know, suppliers, the base model for financial analysis, and so on. Also, it creates privacy. It creates better control for the people. If you, as a customer, can choose, your intent is like your attention is not being sold, but your intent is being matched, then you have control over the supplier, and you can choose to play. So this can be this game can be played by your rules. And finally, just like in biology, diversity wins, heterogeneity wins. So we need a decentralized and distributed network, and that's how our brains work. This is what the Society of Mind book is about. And yeah, so what is happening? TLDR, intent economy, is the shift from capabilities. Today, the economy is selling capabilities. I get paid by an hour, by a month, by software license, by computer cycle, by clicks, but it will be, but this will be shifted to outcomes. In the economy, will pay for something that is complete. I pay for my vacation being booked, for app that is being deployed, for an order that is being delivered. And I also want to propose like a more or less specific technical implementation of how this might work. So this doesn't exist today. It's a new kind of idea. Somebody can implement it. If you do, please come. We would love to invest in this product. But I have some. I will be publishing an article where I have like specific specifications and some JSONs and some diagrams, like more technically how it can work. But it doesn't mean that I know all the answers. So of course, in reality, it will work somewhat differently, and there will be like smarter people than me to implement it. But the overall idea is that we start with user intent. It is orchestrated, so multiple agents are aggregated to satisfy this intent. This intent has to use some private context, all my emails, all my data, all my preferences, all my previous history. There's an on-chain or some kind of online auction where different suppliers compete for satisfying my intent. One of them wins the competition. They become the solver. They run the job that I need to do. And then this job is validated because AI agent can claim that it completed the work. Like, I don't know, if you do wipe coding, you have, codex that says, okay, I'm done. In reality, it doesn't compile, it doesn't work. So we need some kind of validation, verification, reputation system for the agents. And then there's a payment that is happening, or some escrow that money that is being released, and then you complete the feedback loop. So let's talk like more specifically how it works. So as a user, I have my personal agent. Everyone in their phone will have a personal agent that knows everything about you, like your wife, like your husband, like it knows everything you like, all your history. It has access to all your messages. Hopefully it's private, but I think it's inevitable. So this agent is the interface that we talk to. And then you submit something like a personalized RFP, request for proposal. So you say, I want to renovate my kitchen. My budget is $20,000. Deadline is 2 months from now. Go ahead and do it. So then your agent can parse this one line into a complex and formal kind of JSON requirement, exactly what needs to happen to achieve that. After that, we go to the orchestration phase and the auction. So now, once this initial intent is split into very specific tasks, this goes into intent pool. Intent pool, kind of like memory pool in blockchains, if you're familiar with that, is an order book of all available orders. And on the one hand, we have intents that are collected from the users with some payment attached to it. So I can pay $20K for the kitchen and maybe $20 for AI system that will help me to coordinate all this. So that's my maximum bid. And then on the one hand, we have bids. On the other hand, we have asks. So solvers, agents, autonomous systems that are competing to satisfy my intent and make money. And once there's a match, once there's a solver who satisfied the requirement, who has the needed reputation, who completed similar tasks before, and my intent, they are matched, and there's a cybernetic contract that is cryptographically signed between two entities. So I put my money into escrow, and this agent kind of stakes this reputation and says, okay, I will complete it in a certain period. So after that, we go into the we can use the already developed set of standards and set of protocols that exist. So for example, A2A protocol is responsible for agent-to-agent communication. You can connect multi-agent systems and pass the context between them. We have MCP. So whenever I have an agent that is doing that, it can call different tools. For example, there's an agent that is choosing suppliers, contractors to go and, I don't know, install tiles on my kitchen. It can use MCP with another service that is doing generation of the audio to actually call to that person and negotiate certain terms and agree on the date. Then we have ERC 8004 standard, which enables us to validate and verify the results. So there's an agent, it, for example, hired a contractor. Now I want to replicate and prove and validate that this work was done at the desired quality. It can also be run in TE. It can be a rerun of the process. It can be restaking on some kind of bond to kind of prove. And then finally, there's a X402 standard that enables the payment between different agents, which is on chain, which can be programmable, which can work with escrows. And this whole system I'm explaining it all using the simple example, but in reality it can be super complex, and it can involve many more agents, and it can involve many more steps. So A2A supports unlimited number of multi systems, and MCP can be nested. So I can have an agent who calls an MCP server. That server can become an MCP client who calls another server, another tool, and this can be arbitrary, more complex, but every complex system is just an iteration and version of the bunch of the simpler ones. So this is where we start. And and I guess one thing I want to mention is identity and reputation is a critical part, because this system, basically, there's two ways how this future can unfold. App Store and Internet. Both are super successful examples. App Store is a centralized, kind of polished, gated system where Apple is deciding to approve the application. So GPT Store would be an app store. Like OpenAI will decide which application satisfies, and there will be some rules, and will probably take some commission. Internet is a fully decentralized system. Anyone can build a website. All websites can be arbitrarily connected to each other. But Internet is much more powerful, because it's permissionless, because there's no bound to creativity, and because it is, and it is a more efficient system, because you don't need to pay anyone to be part of the internet. It is a network of networks. So in this latter example, in the decentralized example, it can be more efficient. It will provide better customer experience, but only if we're able to build a very robust reputation system and identity system. So these agents need to be, you need a way to kind of validate, like if this agent claims that it can, organize a conference, an online conference, for example, and invite speakers and set up everything to stream it on YouTube, you need to have some feedback. Like, did this agent did it before? How well did it go? Like, how many viewers did it get? So you can choose the best one. So it has to have some kind of marketplace. Yeah, I will be publishing the full version of this article in the next couple of weeks on our website, cyber.fund. So you can come and see like more pictures and more text and like some actual code snippets if you're interested. Meanwhile, this QR code should be scannable, but basically leads to my Twitter account, which is as Gershuni here on top. So yeah, feel free to follow me on Twitter. Here's our website. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Stepan. And thank you to all 6 of our speakers.